Right. So, other people can't always guesstimate what you need, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And so this assertiveness, which is really honesty, right? Rather than compliance that is empty. Compliance that is empty will always cause blowback in relationships, right?
yeah, yeah,
And so that's sort of, I guess, hopefully a useful tip, which is that if you don't feel ready or you want to stay on a topic, then you need to say that. You need to give the other person the honor of expressing your preferences. It is a huge amount of respect that you provide to someone when you express your preferences.
yeah,
It's funny because like I talk about donations, right? Donate to the show, donate to the show. We got to eat, we got to grow. We want to hire employee number 3. We need the money. We need the money. Give us the money, right? And I'm expressing preferences, and people take that as me bullying or whining or begging. It's like, no, I'm expressing a preference. If you listen to the show, I want you to donate to the show. Mike wants you to donate to the show. Person X number 3 wants you to donate to the show so we can do a better job. We get out more true news, we get more research, we get more PowerPoints. We just are able to do a better job. I express my preferences, and other people like react like crazy. Like, pay me the money or don't, but don't waste my time with this emotional bullshit about I'm just expressing my preferences. And when you do express your preferences in a lot of relationships, other people feel bullied, or they feel like you have now put them in a position of huge power and they can become abusive, or you showed a vulnerability. Here's where it hurts. Here's what I need. Now fuck me up if you please, right?
yeah, yeah,
And the expression of preferences is the essence of love. And this is what I really want to get across. This is the one sort of marriage gift that I can give you, that the expression of preferences is the essence of love. Because if you're not expressing preferences, you're not really there. Right? And people can't help you. I mean, they can't hurt you if you don't express preferences, so it makes perfect sense not to do that when you're with cruel people. But with kind people, they can't help you, and they can't actually know you. Right? Imagine if you and I are friends, and I'm like, you've never ever told me what kind of movies. Like, we've watched dozens or hundreds of movies. You've never told me what you like or don't like. Then how am I supposed to know what to pick up for us to watch tonight, right?
yeah,
Right? So you're not there in a very fundamental way if you're not expressing preferences. And it is a courageous thing to do, to express preferences, right, in a relationship. But that is the most essential thing, because without that, the person can't know you. They can't understand where you are in the moment. And they can't help you if that's what you need. They can't support you if that's what they need. They can't give you feedback, positive or negative, if that's what you need. Now, of course, if you grew up in a chaotic and aggressive and abusive family, the expression of preferences is like, bah, right?
yeah,
I'd rather cut my own arm off, thank you very much, right? But in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, in a relationship with Tara, expressing preferences is essential. Yeah, I mean, that is, of course, the great danger of a dysfunctional history, is the degree to which it just becomes like gravity. You just don't really think about it. You just don't really think about it. Or posture, you slowly age and turn into a question mark, right? I mean, it is just one of these things that is so easy to forget about. And look, if you guys had a beginning that was fusion-based or lack of boundaries-based and so on, with the right values, I think a lot of stuff can really be corrected, right? With the right... With philosophy, with a commitment to win-win, with a commitment to ruthless and relentless honesty in your relationships, I think that could be fine. You can learn to fly a plane in midair. It's a little bit more exciting to do that, but you can, I guess, figure it out as you can move forward. I guess the key thing is, and we don't have to do this now, but the questions, like, what is our absolute ironclad constitutional commitment in our relationship? We're never going to raise our voices. We're never going to call each other names. We're never going to hit. If we're going to have kids, here's how we're going to raise them. Who's going to stay home? You just need to go through some of the practical stuff, but you need to have, in any relationship, an ironclad commitment. It doesn't have to be explicit, but it's usually a good idea, which is this is how we're going to treat each other. And if anybody crosses that line, you say, no, 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 no. This is the law of our land. And the person then is bound to. This is what a commitment is. The commitment is not to the other person. The commitment is to the highest standards of behavior. And through that, you get the highest quality of person. But I'm sure you have that kind of stuff. But that, to me, is the real foundation of a good relationship is I will never do these things. If I'm ever tempted or ever get close, you can give me the whoa, 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 whoa. That's not how we're doing things. We had enough of that shit when we were growing up. That's not how we're doing things here. And then you just have to back down and you have to find another way. And that ruthless commitment to the highest standards of integrity and compassion and empathy in relationships is, I think, can overcome almost every challenge in the origin of the relationship, if that helps.
Oh yeah, that does definitely
I
help.
mean, yeah, it definitely helps. It's